I really like about it is that character interaction. It's not quite what the youth of today would call PvP, you know, player versus player, but that can happen, right? And it is about a drama, isn't it, between characters?
In Cold City, you have trust, uh, and people can be betrayed. You can use people's trust in you against them. So the characters can use trust positively, but you can also betray the hell out of everyone, perhaps to advance one of your hidden agendas. In Hot War, it's slightly different. Instead of trust, you have relationships because it's about a society undergoing breakdown. So therefore, you can use relationships in positive and negative ways. And again, you might betray the person that you love the most in the world in order to advance something that you perhaps hold even dearer than their love for you. So all of this interpersonal stuff is built into the very heart of how the game actually works. Games actually work.
Yeah, this is about relationships, isn't it? And yeah. Cool stuff. I know what I was going to ask you. So these are second editions.
Yes.
What's kind of changed from the first editions?
Yeah, so the first edition of Cold City came out in 2006. Hot War came out in 2008, and it was a kind of an evolution of that, and huge to my interest in the nuclear age. So what has changed? The biggest change, I think, that people who know the games already will notice is that they are now much less traditional on the GM side. So in the previous iterations, the GM had to do this kind of like, the fiddle work of creating NPCs, and that was, all that stuff there. That's all gone now. What the GM uses to provide opposition and conflicts is groups of dice that relate to different parts of the setting. So you can have, in Cold City, for example, you have internal enemies, external enemies, monsters, the city of Berlin itself, and the cold, which is the wider influence of the Cold War as an idea, as a system, as a series of events, and the history of the Cold War. And then in Hot War, the GM control has a similar kind of like set of things going on. They again have internal enemies, external enemies, monsters, London, the environment of the city itself. But then instead of the cold, you have breakdown, which is the breakdown of society and of politics and just the destruction wrought by a nuclear and occult apocalypse.
That sounds really good.